Transformational Tuesday. And remember, whether you're watching this here with me live now or the replay, you are watching it at exactly the right time for you. So I am Sitara. I am ranked top 5 female psychic in the US by the American Federation of Certified Psychics and Mediums. I teach people how to trust their own intuition and how to develop their psychic abilities. So what that means is, to put it as simply as possible, what I like to say is that I read energy, and I teach people how to read energy. So energy is vibrational frequencies. It's a vibrational currency. So when you're able to see these frequencies, which we all have the capacity and the ability to see these things, and how to interpret how your subconscious communicates to you in symbols, which is a language that takes a little bit of time, and for most it's just like hopping on a bike that you didn't know that you could ride. It's very, very, very simple once you learn that you are already using more of your psychic abilities than you realize. You just simply don't know what it is that you're doing, which is exactly the difference between being conscious to a behavior and being unconscious to a behavior. So, your psychic abilities are already being used. You're already using them. So what we like to do is to bring the spotlight on those things, on those patterns, on those ways of making decisions, on those ways of work problem solving, on those ways of growing that you already have, and identifying the mechanism behind them. So is it clairvoyance, your ability to see energy? Is it clairaudience? Are you hearing messages? Are you using telepathy to communicate with other people energetically? Are you clairsentient, meaning you can feel the energy and emotions of others? For me, that's my strongest one. It is the one that actually led me to this path in the first place, because when I was younger, I wasn't able to understand that I wasn't feeling my own emotions. I was feeling the emotions and energy of other people, but I was trying to process them like they were mine, and wondering why I couldn't identify or why I wasn't necessarily getting better. So this is why we want to focus on the amplification or the magnification to identify what abilities are being used already and how to open them up. So when I'm teaching people how to understand their inner world and how to navigate their energy body from their internal kind of cockpit, that's what we focus on, is what is your strongest ability? What is your biggest sensitivity? There's another one that I want to bring up and talk about, and it's the crown chakra. It's the claircognizance, the inner knowing. It's the ability to just simply know that something is. It just either is or it isn't. And there's an ability, claircognizance, that you just simply know something without knowing the formula to it. You just know that it is. You know that somebody is going to play a big role in your life. You know that you're not supposed to be in that particular apartment. You know that this is going to be a good relationship for you, or you know that it isn't, and you just kind of roll with it anyway. There's a knowing that takes place. Now that's called claircognizance. It's a little bit of like a precognition sort of ability as well. Precognition is knowing something before it happens. Psychometry is the ability to feel energy with your hands. So a lot of massage therapists and hairstylists and even nurses that I work with, specifically massage therapists, this one's usually pretty active. They just don't know how to, it's like opening a book, let's say in like Hebrew or Latin. You don't know how to read it until you learn how to read it, but you know that you already have the skill to be able to do that. So understanding that when you're using your hands to heal, what you can also do is use your hands to read. Meaning we each have little chakras on the ends of our fingers, and we all have a chakra right here. We all have little minor chakras all over our body that are separate from the major ones that most people know about, especially in the yoga community. But we actually have a lot of other ones. And so when you learn how to read energy rather than just move energy with your hands, you can actually understand or decipher, translate the energy that is in that person's body. That, let's say, as a massage therapist is working through a knot or something, there's an emotional block. There's an emotional reason why that knot exists. There's an emotional, and sometimes it's like a really big one, and sometimes it's just, maybe it's like minor stress. Maybe it's just stress that is hypervigilant. I think a lot of us are experiencing hypervigilant stress over this last year, which just simply means there's a constant script running in the back of your mind, or a constant script running in the subconscious that's keeping you on alert, which will create these little, tweaks. Anyway, that's a little bit of a tangent. But massage therapists often have the ability to read energy that's moving through the body. People who practice Reiki access their psychic abilities. They just don't want to say the word for some reason. So I wanted to bring this particular topic up because it's one of the things that I find so, I would say, funny, haha, about myself and the label that I have chosen to call myself for almost maybe even over 10 years now. Because the word psychic holds so much stigma to it. It's kind of like witch. There's these identifications or terms that society and through media and through historical events have deemed bad or scary or demonic or like XYZ. And I wanted to just bring to the surface the awareness that we all have these abilities. We all have an energy body. We all had a consciousness before the moment of conception. So, in that space of the energy consciousness that is you, that is your soul, and I have a Transformational Tuesday video from a couple weeks back that is Remember Who You Are. It's activating soul memories. We have memories that the egoic mind stores from this lifetime because the body holds these currencies. The body holds these frequencies. The body stores the emotions. The body stores the events. The parasympathetic nervous system stores fight or flight experiences to keep you safe. So our body stores these things inside of us. Yet the energy body, your soul, your spirit, holds an entirely different set of consciousness. And I don't want to say entirely different, it's just that it is extraordinarily deep. Extraordinarily deep. And so that is what we start to tap into when we focus on psychic abilities and when we focus on moving energy. There are places in the world that these practices are illegal. And when I ask myself why, because I know what I'm doing, and I know that in my heart of hearts, my intention is to help people remember who they are. Because people who remember who they are empowered. They are free thinkers. They are sovereign. They are clear with why they are here and what their role is. In some cases, they can remember where they came from and when they made the choice to incarnate and set up the entire life map. We have these memories inside of us. They exist. They did not happen without our presence. This is why I am so passionate about doing this work. This is why I am so passionate about encouraging this inside of each and every one of us. Your sovereignty and your ability to think for yourself and your ability to heal through the events and experiences or things that have happened for you, never to you, but for you in your life to evolve. This puts the power in your hands, your sovereign power. And this is a power that is extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. And so when we look at and wonder, why have these things happened? Why have these stigmas been made? Why have witches been shamed? Why have XYZ? Why is prophecy? Why is the skill or the ability to prophesize shamed in this modern age? It used to be something that was looked to or looked on. And so find that answer within yourself. Why is that the case? Look at it from your perspective. And go ahead and give yourself the opportunity to let those guards come down. And the guards, this is how the guards are created. How many of you have heard that imagination is not real? How many of you have heard follow directions? How many of you have heard stay in line? How many of you have heard shh? Like these things that we are programmed out of: art, creativity, music, dancing, skill, these things that all human beings are capable of doing. We are all capable of moving our bodies. We're all capable of doing these things. That's what I mean. There's some people that are unnatural. There's some people that come into this world with a heightened level of consciousness and maybe just a little bit less amnesia. So we remember. And so we are here to help other people remember. It isn't about awakening. It isn't about developing a new set of skills. It's about uncovering all of the mire and all of the thick concrete and all of the thick programming that has said imagination isn't real. You are not powerful. You need to follow directions. You need to make XYZ to get into your bank account, to get a house, to get a wife, to get a car, to get a whatever. We're shifting this, opening. There's something so much bigger in this world available to us. Each and every single human being, each and every single person. And I genuinely believe that the more of us that are anchoring this conscious light on the planet, the more the planet is influenced in the same way those of us that are sensitive to feeling the collective energy and are aware of feeling the collective energy, the fear, the hesitation, the fighting, the chaos, the battles, these things that are taking place, those of us that are sensitive can feel it. I know I am being affected by it. And I am doing everything I can to stay fit, to stay moving, to stay, eating healthy, to keep energy moving through my body. And it's heavy, it's dense, it's intense. And so we're moving through this. We're moving through it in a really, really powerful way. And we're moving through it together. And as we're moving through it, the Great Awakening is here. This conscious evolution of the human awareness, this conscious evolution of the shift. There we go. Are you feeling the energy starting to change? You can feel the transmission start to come in. So I'm going to go ahead and say the prayer before we go into the light codes that are coming through. As we call in divine truth and love into the sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. Iowa satake oapotani iowa haatopua. Isatani iawa pukua atake awa sutakeni iawa pu ukaiowa satatake. Ayapotakaya otani iawa uapukua tani ki iawa sakatea wa uapukua. Potakea aniki atopua kaya satatakea wa uapukua asatani iawa pukua tani ki ayawa putakea wa awasotani iawa haakopua. Oatani ia tiniki awatoniki a haakapu o asatatakea wa. Oapotakea wa oaponiki atakea wa uapukotakea wa pusatatakea wa. Oapaniki ia wa satake uaputakea ni ia wa aka puakua taniki ia wa hopuakaya saya tani ia kaya uapukaya wa tani. Ia wa potakea wa uapusatatakea wa uaputakeni ia wa uasatatakea. Ia wa potake uaniki tukasatani ia wa uaputakea wa uaputakea aya wa pu uani. Aituku wa puni ia kaya satani kikia wa tokaya wa pukua anetea wa pua aka. Sotakea ani kia waputani ia wapu uapatake awasatani ikia. Ipuakatani ikia haakuputani ia wasatatake wapu uapapatake wapuani awa. Iawani ia waputake wa uapuakaya satani ia haakupua. Iani awa uapua sayatani ikia wapu ani. Take a couple nice big deep breaths. Anchor your root chakra into the center of the planet, allowing yourself to be deeply connected, deeply connected, feeling yourself anchor into the center of the planet, anchoring in with Mama Gaia, allowing Mama Gaia to hold you, allowing Mama Gaia to feel you, allowing her to honor you, allowing her to hold you and support you as you feel that the feeling is deeply mutual. Because the way that you are going to be manifesting and co-creating your life in this world is by fully accepting this reality that we are in, this third dimension that we are in. Now, the light codes will activate your multidimensional body, meaning these light codes will activate something inside of you that is going to trigger a chain reaction of awareness and memories that start coming up and through, that is going to remember or remind you who it is that you are, where it is that you came from, and why it is that you are here, so that you can find that path of true soul alignment, allowing the integrity of your higher self to be in clear form, clear presence, clear awareness. As you make every single decision in this world, every single decision in this body. Iowa tokaya pōtani, iawa tōtake aoani a satani, iawa pōtuku a pōnihi I a koa pōko a satani ki kia wapua. Ua pōtani iawa haakupu sutake awa oa pōtani kiawa oa pua haatani kiawa haiawa oa pōko a sata iawa puaka. O take awa ua niki aiawa pūtuku a pua haaniki awa satatiki iawa haupukua. O po tatake katako te katkur karkur kare tutuku kare kare karkur kare kare karutu na ke katkur kare o te katkur kare kuru rata tu korpata kare ka po te kare kanu te ke te ko te kare ka tu po te kare ke o te kare kare ku a po te kare 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 ka te kare po te kare na ni ke a po ka te kare tu kare ke a po. The stream that's coming in through this channel, or it's interesting because usually I hear that it's a prayer or I see visions or certain things come through when I'm speaking the light codes. A lot of people ask that, can I directly translate? And this is what happens, is that as the codes are coming through, I get visions or I get insights, or I hear this is the prompt, share this information. And so what I'm seeing and feeling with this one is specifically that with these codes, there's an opening of the bridges of understanding the other places or the other planets that your soul has experienced that you have been on. So it's a little bit like hopping back on a plane to, let's say, go home. It's that these bridges, these awarenesses are being brought more to the surface, because this is the thing, is that the codes that you have inside of your body, or the memories that you have inside of your body, they're activated by the light codes. The light language is, as I understand it to be, is it's like our human body's closest way to being able to verbalize the language of source, the language of your higher self. So that's why it's a very ancient language. It sounds a lot like the ancient languages of Hawaii. It sounds a lot like the ancient languages of Sanskrit. There are many different dialects of it. And so these particular codes, and you'll find maybe you resonate really strongly with mine, maybe you resonate very strongly with another person. There are a lot of people out here that are speaking light language and bringing more of this light to the planet. And even since I have started speaking it, there's about 10 of my close friends and clients, students that are in my metaphysical, the advanced level psychic development training course that I lead, that have also started speaking light language for themselves as well. It's an incredible protector. It's an incredible protector. It's a path clearer. The way for you to be able to see for yourself more clearly its powerful, its presence, its beauty. It's like, wow. Wow. So with that, let's go ahead and start wrapping it up. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this wildly helpful. I hope you found this absolutely transformative. Please come back and watch this as many times as you feel called or as you feel necessary, because I can promise that there are different levels of the message that came through that you might have zoned out on, you might have just kind of skipped over. And so what that means is that there was either a part of you that was integrating something that I had said before, or there is a part of you that isn't quite ready for the information that came in. And so if that's the case, just come back and listen to it again. And that way you'll be able to start going on the cycle of really being able to integrate each of these. And remember, if this is the first Transformational Tuesday that you're watching, please feel free to go to my channel and check them out. There's a lot of other ones, and I even have full hour-and-a-half long full moon and new moon ceremonies that you can listen to anytime. Absolutely anytime. I lead them on the new moon and the full moon so that we can sync with the power of the shift that's happening, because those are really powerful markers of our own transformation and our own growth. So that's why we lead the courses at those times. But I want you to know that they are here and they are available to you. Now, if you want to deepen your practice and you're curious about some of the courses that I have mentioned, in the description of all the videos that you will watch, there is a link to a link tree, as well as some of the upcoming courses. But the link tree is going to be the most updated for what is available to you. So right now we have 7 weeks to embody your higher self, and we're running a special on that. And so please feel free to check the link below to see it. You won't see it now if you're watching with me live, but I'm going to go in here and add it. That will give you the information and insights of this 7 weeks to embody your higher self course. So it's very similar to these, although there is a very clear intention. It has been life-changing for many people who have taken it. I am still getting absolutely incredible feedback from people who are enrolling and activating it. It's a self-study course. So you go in, you tune into one class, you listen to it as many times as you feel need, and then you go into the next one. And so it is extremely powerful, and it will just cut through the program. It'll cut through the programming. It'll cut through the mold that we've all been programmed to form ourselves into, and it will remind you who you are, what your soul frequency is, why you're here. It will activate that internal compass within so that you can see yourself more clearly. And it's an entry-level program. It's extremely powerful though. Don't let that fool you, thinking that it's an entry-level program. But it's potent. It's absolutely powerful. Oh, Faith, I'm so happy to hear that you started it this week. Yes, more people are getting it out there. We've just started running it in this way. And so that's also the prerequisite to getting into the Monad Society. So I just want to plant those seeds so that when you're ready, you can join us. Our group is growing. We have a beautiful community. It is like a little golden pocket in this world. Everyone is so supportive. It's powerful. And yes, it is just a treasure, absolute treasure in my world to be able to share this space with you. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being here with me live. Thank you for watching the replay. If you want to tune in live, I'm here every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're over here in Australia or Indonesia, it is 8 a.m. Bali time. 8 a.m. Bali time on Wednesday morning. A little plot twist there with the time difference. All right, my sweet loves. I hope you have an absolutely blessed day. Know that I am sending you prayers and angel kisses your way. And as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here today is very much complete. I hope to see you soon. Mwah. Ciao.